What's up YouTube, Dale here from Zephyr, and today I am bringing you another updated profile post Supreme Darkness. This time it is Gladiator Beasts. That's right, this deck got some really cool support, and the best thing about it is the highest rarity card is an ultra rare that you only need to play at 1. So it's all relatively cheap and easy to pick up. As I've done with the rest of the updated Supreme Darkness profiles, I'll show you a very basic combo at the end of the video so you have a starting guide of exactly where to go and the type of plays that you can make with this deck. So with all of that out of the way, please smash that like button, hit that notification bell and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more upcoming content. I'm going to take you through the profile, show you what we've got, explain why we've got it. So you're going to be starting off with 3 of the brand new Glad Beast Gastel. This, in my opinion, is the best individual card for the entire new support for the pure fact that it allows you to get a very important effect off. Now, it does have the exact standard effect as most Gladiator cards. At the end of the battle phase, if it battles, you get to shuffle it into the deck to get you another Glad Beast monster from the deck. But on top of that, its best effect is it allows you to reveal this card and a Glad Beast monster in your hand and summon both. Then if this card is specialed by the effect of a Glad Beast monster, you get to add a Glad Beast spell or trap from the deck to the hand. Great synergy. Then for the old school, we are still playing 2 Andal. Now the reason you're going to be playing 2 Andal is it's just very easy to get to this now thanks to Primite Raw. And if you wanted to upgrade this deck and make it even more expensive than it really needs to be, you would start looking at stuff like Primite Lordy Lord. But while the hype is real for Blue Eyes, you can very easily keep it very cheap and easy. And basically what you're going to be doing is swapping your unexpected die for Primite Raws. And then of course we do have 2 Augustus and 2 Atorix, followed up by 2 Test Tigers, 1 Darius, 1 Equest, 1 Bestiari, 1 Noxious, and then 1 of the brand new card, Test Bear. So you should know what all of the old Glad Beast cards do by now, so I'm just going to go over the new ones. If you do need to go and find out what they are, obviously by all means just check them up on an online simulator. You'll be able to find out exactly what the effects do. So the Test Bear is, if you control a Glad Beast monster, special on this card from the deck, or extra deck. Sorry, if you control a Glad Beast monster, special summon from the deck or extra deck, you can special summon this card from the hand. You can only special summon Test Bear once per turn this way. You can tribute this card, then shuffle 1 Glad Beast monster from your hand or face-up field into the deck or extra deck to special summon up to 2 Glad Beast monsters from the deck. It is treated as a special summon via a Glad Beast monster effect, so that's how you're going to start triggering off the secondary effects of all of these cards, which is what makes Test Bear incredibly good, but it's just relatively easy to utilize this card, so you don't need to be clogging your deck down with 3 where you don't need to. Then of course you do play triple Proving Ground, add a level 4 or lower Glad Beast from the deck to the hand, soft once per turn, so as many times as you want to. Triple Glad Beast Comeback, not even a soft once per turn, don't know why I said that, but basically just you activate it as many times as you can get copies of it. Triple Comeback, Double Rejection, and then 2 of the brand new Flavian Colosseum of the Gladiator Beasts. So this one lets you discard a card to add a Glad Beast monster from your deck to the hand, and then when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you get to special summon a Glad Beast monster from the deck, and it cannot be destroyed by battle. During the end phase, if a Glad Beast monster was special summoned from the deck, this turn you get to set a Glad Beast trap from the deck. You can only use each effect once per turn, and the reason you get to set a Glad Beast trap from the deck is it gives you direct access to charge, meaning that when it comes back to your turn, you can activate charge to target face-up cards on the field up to a number of Glad Beast monsters with different names you control and destroy them. So they declare an attack, you bring up one that can't be destroyed by battle, you set the charge, and then charge can just clear their board off in retaliation. And then for the supporting cards, so for the supporting cards, I'm playing triple Rescue Cat. It's just a really kind of cool starter for the deck because you start off with Rescue Cat, you can get 2 of the brand new, once I pick it up, you can get 2 of the Gastel from the deck. This then lets you get into the brand new Darius. The brand new Darius from the extra deck then allows you to bring back the Gastel, and then because it's summoned back via Glad Beast effect, you get a Glad Beast spell, and you move on and on and on and on. Basically, you'll see this as a 1-card combo at the end of the video, just to kind of give you more of a visualization behind it, but it's why I quite like using it. The biggest downside is a card like Rescue Cat is massively susceptible to every hand trap under the sun, but what you do need to keep in mind is if you do activate Rescue Cat, you can very easily be holding onto a Gastel plus another Glad Beast in the hand, and that will allow you to play through an Ash Blossom or a form of interruption. Then of course we've got triple Primite Raw. The idea is to get the a tail from the deck, and then that's going to be able to set you up a bit of an interruption from the graveyard as well. And then for the hand traps, we've got triple Imperm, triple Ash, and double Bell. Obviously, if you don't want to play the Rescue Cat engine, you take that out. That's 3 more hand traps for you to play around with. Obviously, 8 hand traps is not ideal. You kind of want to be looking at like a quarter of your deck being hand traps right now, but I kind of want the deck to be as aggressive as possible. Another alternative is something like Forbidden Droplet, just to give you a little bit more of an aggressive edge going second, but you just have loads of kind of cool elements with the deck that has allowed you with the new support to cut down some of the one-offs that are a little bit dated in the form of the Quest, the Darius, and of course like the Noxus as well. So that's it for the entire main deck. Now moving on to the extra deck. So we played one of the brand new Glad Beast Gladius. You could very easily play 2 of this. I only annoyingly picked up 1 at Sneak Peek. And I was like, well, I could very easily play a second, so you can very easily pick up a second. So this requires 5 Glad Beast monsters, but it must be special on from the extra deck by shuffling the above cards from the field and or graveyard. So glad it said graveyard, otherwise this card would be very tricky to summon. Into the deck, and it allows you to recycle all your one-offs as well. Great success. And then if summoned this way, you can conduct your next battle phase twice. Ugh, double battle phase. Once per turn, if your opponent activates a monster effect, except during a damage step, you get to activate the following effect, depending on whose turn it is. If it's your turn, you get to special summon a Glad Beast monster from the deck. If it's your opponent's turn, you special summon a level 11 or lower Glad Beast monster from the extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. Free fodder. Love it. And then, of course, we do have the one Healer Krinos. We've got the one Gazarus, 2 of the Editor, 2 of the Domititus, and then 1 of the Dragarys. So obviously this is one that very rarely got played, but because it's so easy to put Glad Beast on the board now, it's very worth playing at least one of it. So for Glad Beast monster, you can try attacks, it can't be destroyed by that battle, and your opponent cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step. At the end of the battle phase, if this card battled, you get to return it to the extra deck to special summon 2 Glad Beasts with different names from the deck. You only use each effect once per turn. 2 Test Panther, pretty down that one, and then 2 the Darius, which is the brand new Link 2. So this requires 2 monsters including a Glad Beast, and then during your opponent's battle phase, Glad Beast monster you control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect. If it is Link summoned, you get to special summon a level 4 or lower Glad Beast from the hand or graveyard, or if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon a Glad Beast monster from the deck instead. For the rest of the turn, you can only use Glad Beast monsters as Link material, which is absolutely fine because that's pretty much what you're going to be doing in the deck anyway. And then we just have some free generics, so IP Masquerade Knight, SP Little Knight, and a Typhon. Very easily, you can sub any of these out for the second copy of Yourplaymat, which is definitely something I'm going to be looking forward to be able to pick up a second copy. I'm just disappointed because my friend offered me one and he's like, do you need one? I was like, no, I've already got one. And then I got back and I was like, I thought I had one at home and I didn't. So really annoying. Very simple on that one, straight into the point. That's like, what, a 7-minute profile? Just kind of give you the lowdown of Glad Beast. It's very simple to kind of put the deck together. If you want to add more money into it, like I said, you can very easily add Lordy Lords, and that's where the most cost is going to come for it. But the idea is you can probably pick up like nearly this entire deck at low budget for the same price as a Lordy Lord, which is disgusting. So, with all that out of the way, I'm just going to dive headfirst into the combo to show the very basic route of how you can utilize this deck, starting from a very simple Rescue Cat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset the board state, get the combo set up, and then show you how you get started with Glad Beasts. So I'll be back in a second. Very basic 1-card combo starting with Rescue Cat. Again, massive shout out to Zamora Bros TCG. I'll put the link in the description below to their combo video so you have an idea of more combos. This is where I saw the Rescue Ace combo. So again, credit where credit is due. I thought I'd visually show it to you all on top of the profile so you can see exactly where it goes. So you can start off with Rescue Cat. You're going to tribute this off. This will allow you to special summon 2 level 3 or lower beast types from the deck, but their effects are negated, which is absolutely fine because this is just going to give you free fodder by getting the 2 Gestels from the deck for your Darius. You're then going to be able to use the Darius effect because it's been special summoned in order to special summon back a Glad Beast from the grave, and then because it's been special summoned via a Glad Beast effect, you get to add the Proving Ground. You're then going to link these 2 together, which will get you into your Test Panther, and Test Panther will get you your Noxus. You'll then be able to activate the Proving Ground, which will give you access to the Gestel. You can now use Gestel's effect in the hand, because we haven't done that this turn yet, and this is going to allow it to summon itself down plus the Noxus. The Noxus will then give you the ability, and this is where Noxus kind of comes into play and gives you a little bit more than it usually does. If it's specialed by the effect of a Glad Beast monster, you get to send in Glad Beast from the deck to the graveyard, and the reason you're going to do that is just going to set you up with a bit of fodder in the grave to be utilised. So you're going to be able to put a Bestiary, it can be pretty much anything, it's just the fifth Glad Beast name you're going to need as you make your plays. This should be here. You're then going to use Test Panther to put this back into the main deck, and this will then allow you to special summon out a Glad Beast from the deck. So it's going to allow you to get the Atonics. Atonics will then put the Augustus from deck to the graveyard, which means that this level and name match the Augustus, which means you can then contact fuse these 2 in order to get you into your Tamer Editor. The Tamer Editor can then spam out your Domititus, And the benefit of something like that is you've now got this very insanely powerful boss monster that gives you the ability that when your opponent activates a monster effect, you get a quick effect to negate the activation and destroy it. Then you're going to want to put back 5 Glad Beasts with different names. Or, of course, you do have the Darius if you want to cycle that back as well rather than these. Really is up to you. But you're going to put these all back into the deck. And this will then allow you to grab out your Gladius. So you've now got your Gladius on the board. And then what happens is during your opponent's turn, when they activate an effect, you get to special summon a level 11 or lower Glad Beast from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. So when they do that, that's then going to give you your Heraclinos. So then basically what you've got set up is you've got your Monster Negate there, you've got your Heraclinos, which is going to give you your Spell and Trap Negate as well, which is really, really important. So you're kind of covering both areas, and that's all come off of one card. So you're still going to have 4 more cards in your hand that could be more hand traps or more forms of interruption. So very straightforward and simple for what Glad Beasts can do. They still are, sadly, quite susceptible to certain hand traps and certain interactions, which means that they can't really be on the same level as stuff like Ryzeals and Malices and everything else, sadly. But it's still one of these nice little upgrades that an old school fashion deck has got. And it's allowed me to dust off Glad Beasts, which I'm actually really happy about. So it's going to be cool to see what else this deck can do going forward, what different variants you can play. I know there is a Tri-Brigade variant that I've seen floating around, which would be really kind of cool to check out and see. But right now I wanted to show you a relatively pure version, and I wanted to kind of keep the budget down a little bit because it's one of these decks that you're probably going to be building as a Glad Beast fan or just in general for some of the nostalgia stuff as well. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you do have any questions, by all means, comments down below. I will be more than happy to answer them as always. But for now, stay safe, and of course, happy dueling.